think I think we are live. Boy, they changed the cameras from where the setup was. So let me just see that everything is where it should be. I guess it is. Good afternoon. Good Saturday afternoon. It is 3:35 in the Eastern Standard Time Zone on Saturday. Hope you are having an enjoyable day. It's been a while since I have actually done a Facebook Live. It's been a couple weeks. I have had a tremendous amount of things going on in all aspects of my life, and I think I'm now getting caught up to things so we can start to get back to a sense of normalcy, if you will. But I did want to share with you some wonderful medical information that I got on Thursday. I actually got the information on Wednesday, I think, but on Thursday I had uh, a 3 month meeting appointment with my oncologist radiologist. He actually reminded me because I didn't realize it's been as long as it's been, but we are now in our 7th year. I'm in my 7th year with Dr. Barrett and the hormone replacement therapy that I have been doing for prostate cancer. And it's amazing the journey. On Thursday, my PSA, uh, which is prostate specific antigen, that's what the letters stand for, was the lowest number. I have actually never seen the number, but it was the lowest number in amount of PSA prostate cancer in my body in 10 years. And it's amazing. So whatever we are doing, we're doing right. It's been a variation of things for the 7 years. Uh, I am sure it's long enough now, and we've been doing it. We've got enough data points, Dr. Bear and I. It's very predictable what is going to happen and how we should treat it. And I reemphasized my position with Dr. Barrett on Thursday, and I said, well, you remember I told you months, maybe 2 years ago, I told you that I was pretty resolved to the fact that I would die with prostate cancer cells in my body, but I will not die of prostate cancer. And he, as he did the last time I said it to him, he smiled and we did a knuckle. We were both in total agreement on that one. But it was good information, and I think there's a lot of factors that are going into it, but there's no question that I have made major lifestyle changes, and it appears that they've all been for the good. Because I also found out on Thursday, after having fasted for 21 hours, uh, I had a lipid test to test to measure the cholesterol in my body, which a year ago when I had the same lipid panel done, my primary care physician, Dr. Lisa, she was concerned with it and said it is too high. And at that time, we were also factoring into the equation that I was doing intermittent fasting with just my general eating, where I was uh, only eating, uh, putting food in my mouth 6, maximum 7 hours a day. The other 17 hours, 8, 17, 8 liquids. And her fear was along the way that maybe the mixture wasn't right for fear of potential diabetes, was her concern. But as she got the result, I get the results, she gets the results in my chart, and she is very quick to comment on any communication concerning me or from me or about me or whatever. And she just said, "Your cholesterol is terrific." And she had never been that straightforward. Well, she had never said it was terrific. It was concerned. So I guess all the changes, not guess, I know all the changes that I've made in lifestyle have been for the good. I knew potentially from the beginning they would be, but then only time will tell how your body reacts to change. And in my case, it's reacted very well. Weight wise, my official weight I get every 3 months uh, at my visit to my oncologist's office because that's I don't have a scale in my home. I have always officially had my weight at his office checkup. So the weight is down just a tad from where it was 3 months ago, and that's okay because of the diet. At some point, things are going to level off in my body, and they pretty much have leveled off. Although going back, excuse me, going back to the very basics of which I have always, uh, as far as I was concerned, to me, calories in, calories out will tell you, show you, demonstrate. Well, it did for me exactly where your weight is going to be. It's just pretty simple scientific math. But those things have worked well. Although what what did happen in my college's office, only me. Um, I felt myself getting very dizzy and lightheaded, and actually said, "I need help. I think I'm passing out." I've had this happen to me before, so I I knew what I was up against. So all of a sudden, all these folks from the oncology, there was 5 of them in the room. Uh, Dr. Barrett was still seeing other patients, so he was not one of them. But there was a doctor, one of the other uh, doctors, and a bunch of nurses, anybody that wanted to watch. But we got it under control, and there was a nurse in there, and she heard my story, and so and I told her, I was pretty sure that the whole incident came on because of in preparing for my lipid test and not being able to eat, nothing really new to me concept. I was drinking too much coffee, and coffee to me, um, uh, it does things. I drink for different reasons than most folks do, but it definitely will dehydrate me. So dehydration was certainly one of the factors of why I felt lightheaded, and also too because my 2 fasting schedules didn't align up as I needed them to. Uh, I fasted too long, and that was a way for my body to react that way. So things are under control. Very, very good news in that area. And let's move on to what's been happening with me in terms of uh, the project that I have been working on for a year now, testing and researching, uh, trying to determine what was the best way for me as a publisher producer to create a Cincinnati Celebrates business chapter to my uh, legacy story that I started writing uh, 3 years ago. It's a living story. It's dynamic. It changes every day with new writings, with new videos, and it's been the most exciting publishing producing project I've ever done. Uh, it's amazing to me what's been going on. But at any rate, as I did all this research and tested different ideas and uh, studied businesses, large ones, medium-sized ones, small businesses, solopreneurs, uh, which I have been a solopreneur for uh, all but 9 years of my last 51 plus years. 9 years I was working in close collaboration with an international company, actually the largest in the world at what they do. And I was involved with them I was the insurance marketing expert in the company. And so I spent a lot of great years doing that. But solopreneurs, it's I've always known it's been there because I've done it. Essentially, you do what you do, uh, what your expertise is, and then if you need help along the way, you form collaborative partnerships to make that happen. So in that particular mindset, I determined that the best way that I could contribute publishing and producing Cincinnati Celebrate business stories, that's what they are, video stories, I would create a private community of 533 folks. The first 10 predetermined, and the next 543 not 523 plus or minus folks, 525 folks that are yet to be defined, but a total understanding of what it is they need to do. And each one of those folks to get involved with our private community, I will video chat with all 525 of them, one-to-one, to see if they really will make a contribution, because what it is that we will be doing in the community, ultimately, there will be three conceptual outcomes. Number one will be we will produce a minimum of 1,600 videos. They will be used for as needed for whatever the need is, but the community will be involved in the production somehow. 1,600 videos, and in doing so, that we will be creating 525 new jobs, some of which after uh, several months of involvement in the community, new businesses will emerge. They will understand and essentially do what I am doing, my business model, and sharing it with them so they might be able to do the same thing. Uh, if they are the right person, we will make it work. In the the first interaction I have with them, I will know what's going to work and what's not going to work. So that has been very very exciting. An outgrowth of that is going to be a second Facebook Live, probably on Fridays. When we on Fridays, I will share with the community, the private community, exactly what's going on, progress made, where are we. But at that time, we will be able to share things with the public, the community, either on Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever it is that is appropriate for what we are trying to accomplish. And so the most exciting part of the whole project is something that I will start to initiate Monday morning, in that I have picked 7 companies. Each one of the companies represents a different category of business. That's going to be the think tank of our community and beyond. And so I studied who those folks should be. And on Monday morning, I am going to propose to those folks and that here is a project that I will do for each one of you individually, separately, that based upon what it is that they do and what it is, the information that we want to bring to the public. That's what will happen on a Friday Facebook Live. So there's all that planning that goes on, and it gets crazier every day. New things are happening every day. New ideas, and so it's a very very exciting time. The last Facebook Live I did a couple weeks ago, I specifically was talking about what do these folks, I have a picture of this, have in common? And the answer is that all of them have books that are in eyesight of me, and they are the books that have guided me and my thinking forward. Actually, those books probably the last 30 years, anyways. And I talked about the first 2 books, which were very classic, a classic marketing book and the classic direct marketing book. And I am a direct marketer right from the beginning. So that is why that book has been so important to me. And then I have books, things that I've done with Brian Tracy and Michael Gerber. We'll talk about those. 2 very, very big influences on my thinking. Then in the last total 15 years and then 10 years, 2 individuals, Barbara Weltman and David Amerland, We have done many, many, many live streaming videos about their intellectual property, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey, which both of them hopefully will add new videos to that journey. I'm sure we will. But there was one thing I've been rearranging a lot of things because I am getting ready for the next major transition in my life, and that is moving my home and studio from where it is today in actually pretty much the center of Cincinnati, right in the center, and I am going to be moving the whole operation downtown on the Ohio River. And so that's something that I've always wanted to do for all the years I've spent here. And that will happen in the next soon. Not too many more rent checks there, maybe the last one. But in rearranging and cleaning up, I'm getting ready to set up. So my move out of here, actually only about 6 miles away, will be very easy. And each one of these will be packed up separately as their own unit, their own story. So that's what I've been working on. Every day I do something. But I ran across these pictures, and the reason why I wanted to share them, 2 weeks ago, I was involved in a 1967 high school reunion catch-up conversation with our lives on Zoom. And in that particular conversation, not only were they folks I went to high school with, but a couple folks were folks I literally grew up in the same block of myself, or 2 blocks away, 3 blocks away. But a comment was made, and we were kind of laughing about it, and I found these pictures. So if you were on that Zoom call conversation that we had, and you are watching this Facebook Live, here is proof to some statements I made. That particular picture there, the one mugging towards the camera, is yours truly. That was a photo op. And then one of my better moments in that basketball game, with all those folks, opponents surrounding me, I tipped it in. I was able to do those kinds of things back in those years. Actually, I did them pretty well. And then the final picture that I found was that picture. And the thing that amazed me the most about that, when I see 1, 2, 3, 4 opposition jerseys and me right in the center of the group, and my hands are above everyone else's, going for a rebound. Obviously, a lot of fun to go back to that period in my life. That year and the year before that one were absolutely my best basketball years in my lifetime. Lots of great memories. When I was younger, growing up in 6, 7, 8, and just starting, my father was my coach in both, as I started out in both basketball and baseball. And he always worked me a little extra harder because he wanted me to excel, and so we worked hard at it. Wow, we did that with our publishing careers too. At any rate, that's what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you for your time. Hopefully, our this coming Friday may be too soon for our new Facebook Live, uh, but we will definitely be back next weekend with this edition of Facebook Live, and I will see you then. Enjoy the rest of your day wherever you might be, at whatever time you might be watching, and we look forward to our next time together. Do what you love and love what you do.